So what you can use your onion for is that you can use it as a cough syrup. You know, you can mix the onion with honey, and then you turn it into a cough syrup. So let me show you how you do it. First of all, you try and select fresh onion like I have here. It shouldn't be showing symptoms of rottenness. So you cut it. After cutting, then you wash the onion. After you wash the onion, make sure that you pat the onion dry. The water shouldn't be on the onion. And then you cut it into smaller pieces so that we can have a wider surface area of the onion. After you are done, just pack everything into a bottle. I usually prefer using glass bottle. Pack all the chopped onions into the glass bottle. If you cut onions and you know that you don't have an immediate use for it, please make sure that you cover it, because onions are able to absorb certain bacteria from the environment. Maybe you are grinding some small pepper and you have such a big onion and you cut half and you put it down. The onion will absorb the bacteria from the environment, and it is not so safe for your consumption. So make sure that you either use your onion wholly, use everything up, or you get smaller ones that you use. Don't cut and leave it in the open. So I'm pouring my honey on the onion. You see, I have the onion is just like half of the glass. So I'm pouring my honey on the onion. Okay. So now just shake it a bit. And keep it down. Like I said, you can keep it in your fridge or you can keep it at room temperature, and it will not spoil. It will just be there. So long as the honey is there, this syrup will also last. And if you're not too comfortable with the onion to be in the honey, wait, and after 3 days, just sieve it so that you can just get the onions out, and then you'll be left with your mixture. But I prefer the onion to be in the mixture as long as it will be there. And did you know that you can also use onions for your hair? Yes, onions contain sulfur, and that is why when you are cutting the onions, when the sulfur enters your eye, then it will sting your eye, and then tears will be coming out of your eyes. So the sulfur in the onion, especially the red one, it helps so much with hair growth. And what you can do is that just cut the onion, maybe grind it or blend it. Just blend it raw like that, don't add anything. And then when you get the juice, you can just massage it gently into your scalp, and then you wait for about 30 minutes, and then you wash it with mild shampoo. It will make sure that your hair grows very well, and then it will give your hair this shiny look. So you can also use onion juice for your hair. If you are cutting onions and you don't want the sulfur in it to irritate your eyes, simply cut your onions under running water, and you will be sure that you will not cry over your onions. Here's another magical tip that I want to share with you. So if you have, insect bites, let's say that you have visited a place and insects have bitten your hands and all that, you can just extract the onion juice and then just put them on the insect bites, especially if it is itching you or you feel so uncomfortable. What the onion juice does is that it will help to soothe the insect bites on your skin. Another tip I want to share with you about onions is that if somebody has boils, what we locally refer to as pompo in Twi or asane in Gang, you can just get an onion like this and steam it up. Steam it on fire, and then you can cut it into two and put it on the boil. What it actually does is that it gathers the pus in the boil and then it draws it out. So that's another tip about onion I want to share with you. Another magical use of onion is that, let's say somebody who has cold or catarrh, or let's say your child has catarrh. What you can do is that get an onion like this. First of all, wash the feet of the person to open the pores, and then you put the sliced onion under the person's feet, and then you put a rubber under the feet, and you wear socks on the feet to hold the onions up in place. So what you are doing is that that our nerves are connected to our feet. So when you do this, any manner of bacteria in your system, the onion will draw all those bacteria out. So as a first aid, let's say you are asleep and around 1 a.m. your child is coughing seriously, you can do this for the child, and then in the morning, if the cough has still not stopped, then you can take the child to go and see a medical doctor. Onion is also able to absorb bad smell. So if you have any bad smell, any odor in your home, or you have odor in your fridge or wherever, just cut up onions and put them at various places in your room. Or probably, let's say that you have painted your room fresh, you can just cut up onions and put them there. They will absorb all the smell from the room. And like, I'm going back to the child again. So if your child who has the catarrh, after you have put the sliced onion under the feet and you have used socks to hold them up, what you can also do is that place these cut onions in their room so that it will absorb any bacteria in the environment. So here's a caution I want to just share with you. Once you cut your onions and you use it for this purpose, please do not consume the onions because it has absorbed bacteria in the environment. So like I said earlier, even in your kitchen, if you are cooking, do not cut up onions and use the half and keep the other half. It will absorb bacteria, and that is not what we want to eat. One thing that onion can also treat is earache. So if you have an earache, what you can do is that just warm up onion, just steam it up a bit, and then get the juice out of it. And then you put the juice in your ear, just like 2 or 3 drops in your ear, and it will help with the earache. Please, before you do this, make sure that your hands are well washed, the onion that you are using is well washed, the environment in which you prepare all this are hygienically clean, so that you don't bring any manner of infestation into your ear or any manner of infection to your ear. So make sure that everything that you are using for this process is clean. And after you put it in the ear, just hold your ear up like this for some few minutes so that it can go into the inner ear before you raise your head up. Apart from using onion to cook, there are other uses. You can use onion to cook your stews, your sauces, your stir fries, or your soup. Onions are one of the most used vegetables in cooking. I believe that even today, if you are cooking, you are going to use onion in your food. And there are different kinds of onion. There's a shallot, white onion, yellow onion, and the red or the purple onion. And then we have the spring onion. Depending on what you want to do, if it is for salad, somebody will go for the white onion. If it is sandwich, somebody can go for the yellow onion or the red onion. It depends on you. But each of the onions that I have here can be used in your cooking because each one has a distinct flavor. So it's based on your preference. Mostly, I use the shallots for cooking my soup. Peeling the shallot is a bit difficult, so I know most people don't like it, but it adds some superb flavors to your meals when you cook with it. And then I have the spring onion, and before I talk about it, I just want to share with you how you can even store your spring onions. That is, if you have them in excess, just make sure that you wash them very well because usually there's sand all over it, and you can just chop the onions into pieces and then store it in a Ziploc bag, and then you keep it in the refrigerator or the freezer. Make sure that when you are sealing, when you get to the latter part, you don't seal, and then you squeeze for all the air to come out before you finally seal it. So here it is. I've taken all the air out. So you keep this in your fridge or your freezer. If it goes in the freezer, make sure that when you pick it like this, it goes straight into your stew, and don't thaw it. Just put it in your stew or however you want to use it. And then you can use this rubber, wrap it around. After you have finished washing it, you can just wrap it in this rubber and keep it in the refrigerator. It can be there for a very long time. So here you are, you keep this one in the refrigerator, not the freezer, the refrigerator. And what are some of the uses of this spring onion? In fact, you can use it in your stir fries, use it for your stew, you can add it with other herbs or ginger, onion and garlic, and then you blend, keep it in the fridge and use it, you know, to season your meat or marinate, or you can also use it in your green sauces. And one thing that you can also use this for is that when you are pounding your palm nut for your palm nut soup, your abenquine, you can add this spring onions to the palm nut and pound. It gives it this you know, delicious flavor and aroma when you use it to make your soup. So try and always, you know, when you go to the market, get some of the spring onions, and when you come home, use it in your daily cooking. And here's a secret about onion. Did you know that it can be used to increase libido? And it can also be used as an aphrodisiac? Well, contact me and I'll share with you how to use it. Onion is anti-inflammatory. It means that it is able to heal any inflammation in your body. It is antimicrobial, it is antioxidant, and so when you use onion, it helps so much, you know, with your heart health, and it helps with your general well-being. So you can consume onion in your various cooking, stew, soup, sauces, etc. And you can also chew fresh onions. So you cut them into your salads, or even if you have some small meat that you are chewing, you know, you can just cut some and put it on it. It enhances the flavor and it makes it so tasty. And you know, when you chew onions so much, please remember that it leaves an unpleasant odor in your mouth. So after you are finished consuming your onion, please make sure that you just rinse your mouth with ordinary water, so that when you are interacting with somebody, you have a pleasant breath. Until I bring another exciting episode your way, please keep watching and stay positive.